Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman, Handy Andy on Demand, and welcome back to this project run through in Woodstock. And God bless these boys of ours. It wasn't supposed to rain until late in the day today, and these guys got drenched 3 or 4 times throughout the day, but they were still able to persevere and get this project done. You know, people like to see these after videos, and I never get a chance to do them. So here's one. You can see some of what goes on. So this piece right here was the cap that my brother has replaced with Kevin over here. And that was just white wood, and surprisingly it was back primed, but not on the edges. And so right above here, it's hard to see it in this light, there's a dental plate, a sill plate right through here that holds up this brick all the way across here. And you can see where they've come in. If you look close at it, they've sealed the clear caulk above the plate and with white caulk, elastomeric caulk underneath. And so that piece all the way across now has been replaced with pressure treated, so it'll never rot. The only thing with that is it's got to sit for about 3 months and cure out before we can paint it to match. And she's budgeting to repaint this house anyway. And like a lot of our customers, they do these things in stages with us. They'll do a project to start out with us and see how it goes. She got a pretty good feel for what our boys are like today. My brother, God bless him, got up here in this corner, and the soffit and the fascia were rotted, and so was all the framing, because it turned out not only was the gutter leaking, but someone had tried to repair that roof up there, and they put drywall screws through the shingles and left it, you know, and it's been leaking for years. She doesn't even remember when the repair was made, but she's owned this house since it was new, so she paid for that repair at some point. The soffit had been repaired before. You can see it right here. This is it. The birds were in there making a nest, and so the back side of this is just raw plywood. The edges are raw plywood, and you can see where they just primed and painted the front. And that's why this stuff rots out. If you prime and seal and paint your stuff, it's not going to go bad. My brother had a few pieces of trim over here from the left side, like this one right here. So this was, if you look at the before video, and I'll show you in a second, this was the left side fascia. And so this contractor actually primed most of it and sealed it all, except for the joint right there. And so you can see where it rotted. And the other problem is they're using just finished air nails on this stuff. You can't do that. We use serrated nails, and so it started rotting right at the joint, was getting water right there, and then the woodpecker came along and made a hole, and then it really rotted. So a lot of this stuff is such common sense, but it's really hard to find technicians that do quality work anymore. And fortunately, my brother and I are blessed with a crew of 30 that could do everything. So this turned out nice. The back side of the house down here, the guys came through. Some of this siding was never even nailed properly back from when it was built. So this whole back side for her here, you can see where they've caulked it. It hasn't cured out. This is clear caulk that'll cure out. It's just so humid. And you can see if I back up, they repaired the rotted corner boards over here, and that little piece of fascia I was showing you a second ago came from that corner right there. So the house is actually in pretty good shape. She's got a few more repairs to do, but nothing major. It's just when we did that fascia and soffit repair up in the front, there was a bunch of rotted framing and stuff that most companies would go ahead and charge you a bunch more money for. We're not going to do that here. You know, we're really in the relationship business. And you can see what the guys do. So this is a piece of plywood that they got out, and they primed it all up. They primed the back side of it, so it's all pre-primed by my guys. And so they keep this stuff in the shop for when they get a job like this. Everything we use is back primed and then painted over with premium materials. The other thing that she's looking at on this house, and she's gonna need to paint the trim next. She's gonna need to go ahead and have us seal the roof. My brother found another torn shingle up in the roof. He fixed that. The ridge shingles are fixed now. And you'll see this one back over here in this ridge peak. See where they came over it? And you don't see the sky in that black anymore. Anytime you walk around your house, look at that edge of the shingles, and if you see sky through the black, you got to call somebody and get it fixed. It's going to get expensive if you don't. My brother and I have been doing this stuff for 27 years in Metro Atlanta. It's hard to believe that we've had this company this long, but we have, which means I'm regrettably getting older. I feel it when I go up on those roofs now. You can catch us at 770-912-2829, or you can look for this truck. We do pretty much everything when it comes to a house, so keep us in mind. We'll see you at the next house. Bye for now.